Okay, so in this lab, we are going to create some, the services which will be used for the EBS volume. So here we'll create first Amazon EBS volume, that is called Elastic Block Storage. Then we'll attach and mount your volume to EC2 instance. Then we'll create a snapshot of your EBS volume. Then in next task, we'll go to the new volume and we'll create, we'll create a new volume from your snapshot, and then we'll attach and mount this new volume to your EC2 instance. So these are the topic we are going to cover in this lab. Basically here, as you can see, like it will be working with EBS. So under it, we have suppose one EC2 instance. Then what we'll do, like EC2 instance having the generally 8 cube storage EBS volume by default. So while creating the instances, so this thing that will be attached, that will be EBS volume to the EC2 instance, and then we'll create a snapshot of this EBS volume in the bucket of the snapshot of that particular EBS volume. So these are the topic that we'll be covering in this lab, and all these things we need to complete in 30 minutes. Okay, so let's start with this one by one each task. Let's perform it. So first of all, like we have to start lab that we have already been done. Now you have to go to the AWS Management Console. If your lab status is ready, so let me show you our AWS Management Console. So this one will be opened in North Virginia region, like last time as we have done the lab, and it was on the same region as you can see here, North Virginia region, and that is our console. That is our public cloud which will be provided for us. That is AWS Management Console. So under this, we have to create a new EBS volume, right? So for this, you have to go to the AWS Management Console under the services. You have to click on the EC2. So here, either you can go like this way or recently visited services. Also, you can check recently visited services. Here directly you can click on EC2. Otherwise, you can search over here EC2, right? Or you can write it here instances. Right. So like as you can see in the services, we have EC2. So you need to click on EC2 simply. And after this, you have to go to like EC2 instance name lab has already been launched for your lab, and note the empty zone of this. So it will look similar to the US list 1A. So here, uh, if you see in the instances running, you'll find that one of the instance that is called as a lab instance that has been created for your lab, this lab basically, and you can check this instance detail through this ID, right? And the state is running, as you can see, the instance type, everything. I mean, it is the status check also been passed, okay? And the availability zone you have to check with that, like it should be in the wishlist 1A, right? After this, we have checked it like availability zone of this instance. Now in the left navigation panel, you have to choose the volume, right? And then you have to create the volume. Right. So here, just find the volume, EBS volume, Elastic Block Store. Click over here. Then click on Create Volume. So what are the specifications are given for the volume? It should be general purpose SSD, and the size should be 1 gig. Sorry, the size is first of all, you note, may be restricted from the creating large volumes. So initially it provide the 8 gig. Like here they have given the size is 100 gig. So it's a maximum is what, minimum 1 gig and maximum 1600 384 gig. The value must be in integer. So you can keep these values. Let me check, like, is there any specification for the volume? The size is, I mean, not been specified. Again, this one is general purpose SSD that should be kept it like this way, as you can see, general purpose SSD, GP2, and then the size is given 100 gig. By default, it has taken. After this availability zone, that's you have to select the same availability zone as your EC2 instance is there. So here, under the availability zone, you can see,
Excuse me, sir.
like, yeah,
Size is mentioned 1 gigabyte, sir. If you check back on the module,
uh,
size is
okay, size one. Okay, fine. Actually, they have not been written clearly. Okay, that's fine. So one you can keep. Minimum you can one keep. Maximum, I mean, between minimum to maximum, any values you can keep it. Whatever is specified for the default. But if you extend this maximum values, then there will be a charges for it. So let it be 1 gig. Okay, and then next is under the availability zone, you can check with that US is 1A. That was the default one for these instances, as we have verified while I mean checking through this instance ID. So on that was also given availability zone under the US East 1A. So the same zone you have to keep it. You can find multiple zone over here, but we will be going with the same zone. Then the next is choose add tag, and under the tag you have to give the name and my volume. So just in the tag editor, just enter these values. So here you can add the tag and the key. Just give the key. The name is name itself, and the values is you can see my volume. And then it is asking to create the volume. So we have successfully created the volume, as you can see here. So this is all about the task one. Now let's move to the task two. So we need to attach this volume to an instance. So for this, you have to select my volume in the action menu and choose attach volume. So first of all, just click on my volume, and in the action, you need to uh, attach this volume. Okay, let me press it first. What is asking? Select the my volume. So here you can now attach your new volume to the EC2 instance. Okay, you have to select the my volume, and then in the action menu, you have to choose the attach volume. Okay. So either you can do one thing, just go to the instance here directly. I don't think it will be taking. If it's taken, then fine. Okay, it's taking now. Otherwise, you can attach the volume through the instances also. So let me just attach this my volume here to our instance, lab instance. So here we have the lab instance running, right? So if you have attached, then just under the device field, just we have to set to the div STF, and you'll use this device for the identifying the letter task. I mean, just you have to click on the attached volume after this. This one they're asking the device name. So once you have verified, just click on attach volume. So as you can see the message, like we have successfully attached this volume. Now in the task 3, we need to connect to your Amazon EC2 instance in the Windows user using SSH to connect. So for this case, there is some instructions were given like different this is all for the different operating system, whether you are using Linux, Mac or Windows. So as per your your host operating system, on that basis you have to follow these instructions. So just look at here, this is for your Windows user using SSH to connect. If you go down, you will find that Mac OS and the Linux user. So this instruction is for the Mac OS and the Linux user. So I am using Windows. If anybody is using Linux or Mac OS, so for those, they have to follow this instruction to do the next task. So as per your operating system, you need to follow the instruction. So let me show you with my Windows. My OS is Windows operating system I am using here. So for this case, you can see the instructions are for the Windows user only. If you are using Mac OS or the Linux, skip or to the next section. So you don't have to follow this all this instruction part, right? So for this case, you have to choose the detail drop down menu, and then just see in the detail you can find over here. Uh, you have to choose the download PPK button and save that lab user.ppk file. So in the detail section, you can find show. Just see here in detail, you have to go to the show, and in show section, you will find choose the download PPK file. As you can see here, download PEM, download PPK file. So these are the SSS keys. Okay, so I have to download this PPK file. So just save it anywhere. You can save anywhere, guys. Okay, then after this, you can close this tab window, and then you have to go to the next. Like you need like if you don't have PuTTY, then you need to install that, download and install the PuTTY software. And And here is that download needed software, like you'll use a PuTTY to SSH to AWS EC2 instance. If you do not have the PuTTY installed on your computer, then download it here. So let me check whether I have PuTTY or not. I do have, and you can also check it. Here you can find I have PuTTY. So if you don't have, here you can download it. Just click over there and you can download it. Okay, like this way. I have already. Next is you have to open the
For Red Hat
PuTTY
also,
dot.
sir, same file.
Yeah, PuTTY, those who are using line, you have a Linux operating system, they wants.
Yes, yes, sir. Currently using Red Hat.
No, no, currently using Red Hat. I mean, that is for lab you are doing it. Linux classes you are using the Red Hat Linux operating system for learning all the sales practice and all, right? Or you get, I mean, your source operating system is Linux or Windows?
Sir, I will download it in this Amazon Putty in Red Hat through VirtualBox. I'm planning to do so.
Okay, then you can do that. That's not an issue. And if you're using that Linux or Mac, so you have to follow this. Like for this case, you have to download the lab user.pem file. Don't download ppk file. The ppk file is basically for your Windows operating system. Okay. So here you can see like in the details, like here you will go and under the source section you will find PEM file. You can see here, this is download PEM file. This is for your Linux user. So like this way you can proceed.
Okay.
Then next you have to do you need to open the putty.exe file. I mean putty software you need to open, and then you have to do some configuration in putty. So for this case, you have to choose the connection and you have to set the second between the like some that timeouts. I mean, you have to set some timing in the connection section of your putty. So here, like you can see, the second bit means that keep alive. Here is 30 second. They have a line. You can make it more than that till your connection get established. Okay. So for this case, simply go to the first putty. So just select that. Okay. So in the putty, like as you can see here, like in the section, suppose you have opened with the putty configuration. So here you have to go to session. So just here, like that is choose the connection. For this case, you have to go to the connection here. You can find, then there is a keep alive timing you have to give, but it will I will giving 30 seconds. So under the connection you will find second between keep alive time. So that is for 30 I have given, right? After this you have to give the host name or the IP address. So this is IP address that is a public DNS for your instances. You need to copy it. Okay, so that IP you have to assign under the session. Here you have to give that IP. So let me show you the instance IP, how I get. So like under the instance section, you have to go to the instance, lab instance, and then you will find a public IP4 address. This address you have to copy and paste over here. Under the host name, you have to give this IP, public IP. Then just back in PuTTY in the connection list and expand SSH. Choose auth and expand credential. So here you have to go to the connection list and then expand SSH in PuTTY itself. So in the connection, right? Just expand it. Where you will find SSH, and in SSH you have to find the auth. You can see here there's your auth, right? Under the auth, so you have to browse it here, and that your PPK file you need to browse. Let me show you here what they're asking. Like connection list, SSH, and let's choose auth and expand credential. Under the private key file for authentication, choose browse, and there like lab user.ppk file where you have downloaded that you need to select and then choose open and again choose open. So like this way you have to proceed. So simply let me show you that here auth I am under the connection SSH session, and under the SSH session you have to go to the auth. Under the auth you have to browse this ppk file. Okay, here I have. This one is an old one. Let me download the new one. I have downloaded it. I mean, let me just select that. Okay, so this file I have selected. Here you need to click open. Let's put is inactive. Let me again start the connection. Just assign some no more second. It is 60 seconds. I'm assigning it because it's I know the session is getting expired. I mean getting terminated. So in that time period you have to do all the tasks. So here in the connection session done. Then in the connection you have to assign the host IP. So just immediately you need to copy this host IP here, and then you have paste it over here. Right. Then go to the connection SSH. Let's just expand it. Go to the auth and browse that file. All right. Then click open. If it is not open, then there is another way that you can do. Like you can download the new PuTTY software. There is some connection timeout. An issue is happening. So let me download the new one that where the link was given for the downloading PuTTY software, right? And then I'll update with that. So this one is not taking. It's inactive PuTTY. So how I'll do that? How I'll download the new one? Just you have to go up here. You can download. And keep the new one. I submit downloaded. So here just to give the IP new one. So first go to the connection. Just write it here 30 second. This is for keep a lifetime. And under the session, just put your public IP. Then go to the connection. Here SSS auth, and then in auth just expand it. Credential and the private key file for authentication. This is the updated version of PuTTY, as you can see here. So under the private, let me show you where we have to browse private key file for authentication. So under the private key file, you need to browse here, right? So this one, this file, just let it open. Again, you have to click open, and now you will find definitely it will come. I hope so. Let's see. Network connection timeout.
Yes, sir, I can access
Okay.
it.
Yeah, so if actually will extend the more than 30 minutes, then it will not get access of it. Let me show you here, like the timing which was assigned. Uh, just see here. It was only for the 30 minute. You can check it here. Yeah, 30 minutes. After that, the instance is not going to be activated. This is the 30 minutes that we have given. And let me show you, like suppose I'll be copying this IP and pasting in any browser. You can see like here. Let me show you. Just look at that. This site is unable to reach. You can see this site can't be reached. So this is the issue because we have exceeded the time limit 30 minutes. But anyhow, what you can do, like whatever step I have shown you, you have to quickly, you have to complete all the tasks, then you will be able to access this instance through the SSS, right? After accessing through the SSS, you have to do some task like task 4, the create and configure your file system. So for that, you have to using the PuTTY. You can paste this this command like a df then -h, then you will see this kind of output, it will appear. And then the next, like you have to create a txt file on your new volume, and then you will be able to while using the sudo command. I think you are doing the Linux as well. mkfs, what is the use in the Linux, sudo, where you will use sudo, mkdir. This thing you have done it already in the Linux. I hope so. Have you done mkdir command, guys, in the Linux and sudo command?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Yeah. So
Yes, sir.
these are the things you have to do. These are the all are the Linux part. You will be doing once that your instances will start accessing through the through the putty, and then you can do that. Otherwise, let me show you one more way how you can connect. So here we have EC2. So directly let me browse. Yeah, that's great. So you can see from here also you can directly access all this command. Let's just look at here. This is the Amazon Linux 23, and that window came. This thing, same thing will be appearing through the putty as well. If it is having this all the, I mean, if you have given the session and got access directly through the PPA file, so you will find this kind of window, it will appear. Okay, and after this, what are the things you will be doing? So let me show you. Just look at here. See here in the task 3. Just look at here. It's asking when promoted login as enter EC2 user, and this will connect to the EC2 instance. The login, is it asking it? What is asking? Let me check. Yeah, just yeah, it's already been logged in with the EC2 user. As you can see here, there the user, it has been logged in as a EC2. Then the next is yeah. Now you have to come to here. If you are using putty, then you can paste text by right click in the putty windows and view the storage available on your instance. So for this case, you have to just write df and then hyphen h here. D H, hit enter. So you can see all the the storage which are available here. There's a size and use, availability, percentage, mount on, everything. You can see the detail over here. And after this, you have to go to the create ext3 file system on your new volume. And for creating that ext3 file system on your new volume, you have to use mkfs. Mkfs is a command that will be used for make file system, right? So here, if you are not in the root user, so for this case, you have to write a sudo. So just simply use this command, this sudo mkfs. Let's take, let me yeah, that's great. So here you can see like for create an ext3 file system on your new volume. So for that you can use the command like sudo mkfs and -t ext dev sdf. So for this
Sir,
case you will find here, yeah, tell me.
sir, how did you paste it? Like that, sir, you pasted, then it didn't came like 200 and that comma type.
Yeah, I did just control C, you can use control C, control V, simple. Otherwise just to copy it like this way, how I did. That means so like this way, just copy it simple and just go to that your user EC2 user and just paste it over here.
Okay.
After this, for creating a directory, just look at here. For create a directory for the mounting the new storage volume. So for this, you have to write a sudo mkdir and the mnt data store. So just copy it, hit enter. Like you can see the sudo mkdir, that is the for the data store. And then for the new volume, you will be using this. This is under the data store under the mnt and which will be for the making that directory. Okay, data store. So if will be mount the new volume, so for this case you will be using mount command. Okay, let me check with the new one. To configure the new Linux instance to mount this volume, whenever the instance is started, you will need to add a line to etc and sfstv. So for this case, let me open this. That is the case for your sudo tee. This one is basically for the mounting data store. So here you can directly go with this sudo te. Let me show you. Uh, in this case, like if we'll be going to the uh, view the configuration to see the the setting on the last line. So for this case, you can use the scat etc fstab, right? And then for the view the available storage again, for this case you have to use the command df -h. Just type it here. Just hit enter. So you can see that all the different file system and their size that we have earlier also seen it, this thing. And then the output that we have already been verified, this thing. Now you have to go to this sudo as like on your mounted volume, create a file and add some text to the it. So for this case, you can use sudo sh -c. So you can write, I mean, echo some text has been written the mount data store the file.txt. So here, let me check with that sudo sh. This is for your data store that we have seen under the file system and in df-h command. So that is all about the different file system and their storage. But if you'll be going to the next one, let me check with that the file system on text. Just wait. Here, like for verifying the text has been written to your volume or not. So for this case, like sudo sh-c, then you will type some text over there. Let me again write this command. Let's see here.
But here it is coming that 200.
Just a minute. Yeah, now just hit enter.
So how did it remove the same thing?
Sorry, I didn't get it.
Sir, sir, same thing you did not, sir. First time it showed 200 and second time.
Yeah, I removed it now. When it was only 200, I have removed that.
First time you removed it, sir. Sir,
Hmm.
then you again pasted, then it didn't show.
Yeah, it was by default it's taken some source code, so that was not needed. So again, I have copied like from here with this way, and then just simply I pasted. You need to check with that. I mean, how you have to copy it properly. If it is taking any additional things, then just you need to remove. Otherwise, just again do copy and then paste it.
Okay.
And after that, to verify that text has been written to your volume, so for that you have to use that cat command and the file text where you have written the echo some text has been written like in this way. You will check in the data store file text file. So let me show you this part. Here just pasted this command, hit enter, and just see here some text has been written like here the same message. Can you see that this one? Some text has been written like they were asking to verify, like verify that the text has been written to your volume. So this message we are also finding over here. like some text has been written to your volume. Text has been written on this thing we have seen, and then in the next case you have to go to like this is all about the task 4 for create an Amazon EBS snapshot. For this case you have to go to the, so just see here, let me show you this. Okay, so for mounting again, you will be coming back to this your instance, your console. I mean, through the CLI, you have to verify that mount and then the storage part. So before that, you have to go to the task 5 and create an Amazon EBS snapshot. So for this case, you have to go to the Amazon, I mean AWS Management Console. Then you have to choose the volume and select my volume. Let me show you my volume. Here, volumes. Then one more thing. So you just a minute. So this is our elastic block storage. So here they are asking in the management console, choose volume and select the my volume. Okay. Just click select it here, my volume. We are under the volume, and under it we have earlier it has I mean we have created this one gig, as you can see. We have attached this volume to EC2 instances, 1 gig volume. Okay. So this thing you need to again in the action menu select the create snapshot. So just go to the here create snapshot of this volume, and in the description what is asking. In the action menu select create snapshot, then choose tag, then configure. So here just go to the add tag and give the name. This one is not required in description anything. Just go to the name here, and then the values is assigned. If there is a problem with the registration or something or this, that or something is happening, or you are not my snapshot. There, that I can understand that clarifications you need a counseling there. That is okay. I understand. I think madam may have told then choose create snapshot. So this you have to create it. During any point of time or anything in the process if you got caught up or anything, then you please. So as you can see, my volume successfully create a snapshot of this ID from the volume this. This part is all about the total number of task 5. Now go to the 41, like in the left hand range, so snapshots. The snapshot will display here, right? Just go back, find the snapshot. Here you'll find it under the elastic plug store. You can see here like my snapshot. This one. And then in your remote SSH session, delete the file that you have created on your volume. So for what volume, I mean file that created file.txt under the data store we have created. So for this, you have to use that rm means what is a remove that file. Again, just go back to the your remote connection of your instances here, and just type it here, remove volume. Just one second. So just remove this again, copy it. Right, then hit enter. That will be removed. Let me verify it. Verify that the file has been deleted. So for this ls data store, you need to copy and paste list of all the files. The data store. So here just hit enter. You will find that lost or found. I mean that the file.txt is not there under this. The file has been deleted. It means that now in task 6, restore the Amazon EBS snapshot. Okay, so for this case, you have to go to management console and select the snapshot. Just click on snapshot. Here, I mean, first of all, you have to go to my snapshot, and in the action menus, you have to create a volume from snapshot. So first of all, you have to select this my snapshot, this one, and in the action, here create volume from snapshot. This you have to click. And if you have created this volume from the snapshot, then the next thing is that here, like go to the action menu here, and you have to verify with the ability zone. Just select the same ability zone that you have used earlier, right? This is for your task 6, you are doing it. You have to go to the restore volume and add tag and give the name. Let me show you under this snapshot. Yes. Create volume and on the tag, just give the name. On the tag, just same. I mean, last time we did it. The name. In the value, you have to write the restore volume. Because first time we have deleted down, now we'll restore that. Now I'll do it. And then you need to choose create volume over here. So successfully we have created the volume, as you can see it was completed. Now you need to attach the restore volume to your instance, and again you have to go to the instances in the left hand side panel, choose the volume and then restore volume select. So just go back there, the volume, just select restore volume, and in the action attach volume. In the action just attach volume, choose the instance, particular instance where you want to attach. Attach volume and then instance, that is our lab instance. So this one you have to select lab instance. The store volume lab instance we have selected in the menu of this action of that your attached instance where we have attached to that particular instance field, and then note that the device field with the /SDG that we have already been verified. This part it is asking, this one you can see it here. And then in the next section you have to click on the attach volume. You have to choose the attach volume. So successfully we have attached. Now the next thing you have to verify through the console, right? I mean through the CLI. So you have to create the directory for mounting a new storage volume. So for this case, you have to go to again your remote connection of that instance here. So for this here, just type this mkdir. Let me again copy it. This one is for sudo mkdir mount data store tool. So the data store tool is basically for your new snapshot, a new volume which we have created. And this is for creating a directory for the mounting the new storage volume. mkdir is for making a directory, creating a directory. Hit enter. And then the next is mount the new volume. Hit enter. This is for sudo mount data store 2. Now verify that volume that has been mounted you created earlier. So on the list of this data store 2, you will find that volume. So hit this, I mean put this command here, hit enter. Now you can see here you store that your file.txt which you have deleted. Now it's came back. That screenshot is required for this thing where you have lost. So this whole and the snapshot, I mean the screenshot of this your remote connection of your instances where you did all the command practice, and you have got again your file.txt under that data store. So that whole entire screenshot that will require through this your instance ID through this region, I mean North Virginia. So complete screenshot, full screenshot they have to upload on the uh, next assignment, I mean in today's assignment.
Excuse me, sir.
Sir, I'm
Yeah,
doing
tell me.
this on Putty and there's no instance ID there.
Just a minute. Yeah, tell me again.
I'm doing this lab assignment in Putty and there's no instance ID there.
No issue, no issue. So for that, you have to upload here this. Let me show you two screenshot for those who are not showing the instance ID. For them, you have to upload two screenshot. One is for your where you have did all the cell practice, all the commands and all, and like this one. Let me show you just a minute. Uh, yeah, this part, I mean, I suppose this one is not showing. So just you will be taking that in the putty, all the command where you did the practice, all the command, you have to take the screenshot of it. And apart from that, you have to take the screenshot where you have created a snapshot. It will come like your instance ID will also appear. This one, this my snapshot here you have created this screenshot along with this your name and your ID, like with the North Virginia region. That's what comes. So two screenshot you will upload for those who have connected through the putty, and those who have connected remotely directly through the your instance connection. So for this for those people, one screenshot is enough. Everything will come on that screenshot. Okay, that much for today's lab, and now you will just try, and if you have doubt, just let me.
Excuse me, sir.